the gixxer! Woohoo! So the last time that I rode this was, oh god, I think it was the video where I got my one-piece race suit. So I went for a little ride in it. I'm pretty sure that was actually the last time I ever rode the gixxer before I put it away for winter time. But for some of you who might be a new subscriber and you aren't fully caught up on what's been going on with this bike, over the winter time I put a Voodoo exhaust system on it, and then I sent the ECU out to Chris Moore at Moore Mafia, which if you do not know who Chris Moore is, I'll include a couple videos here just to kind of bring you up to speed.
125 short, 109 short for more. Top end, quarter mile, 630 with a 0, 233 miles an hour, and he takes the record from Teasley.
A motorcycle drag racer who also owns his own performance motorcycle shop. So he builds drag bikes, he does dyno tuning, all sorts of stuff. Super awesome guy. He does some incredible shit. But so I took the ECU out of this, I sent it to Chris Moore, and I had him throw a tune on it. So kind of for to give you guys some information on what all he did on this. So basically he removed all the restrictions out of it. He did an entire fuel mapping on it, ignition mapping, disabled the O2 sensor, and then another thing that he did was something called disabling the D-cell fuel cut. So basically what a D-cell fuel cut is like, so if I am, you know, cruising along, let's say like 35 miles an hour, and I completely let off of the gas to basically decelerate, obviously. On a stock bike, what it does is it actually keeps the fuel injectors closed. So it really causes the bike to like fall on its face, and then when you get back onto the throttle, it's super jerky. So basically when you disable the D-cell fuel cut, it keeps those injectors firing a little bit. But when you do that, it does this. So you can hear we're getting some popping and some backfiring, and it sounds pretty cool, but it makes the bike super smooth. So like when I let off the gas there, it's not jerky, and then I get back on it and it's nice and smooth. Overall it makes the bike so much more rideable. But we actually so in my last video where I was riding my girlfriend's bike, I talked about how I was having some problems with the tune. So basically to kind of tell you guys about what happened there. So I sent the ECU out to him, he tuned it for me, and then when I got it back, I plugged it in, I followed the little instruction sheet that he had, and the bike didn't want to start. It just sat there and it cranked and it cranked and it cranked. And so I did a little bit of looking around. I found that the fuel pump wasn't priming, and the secondary throttle plates were like twitching when I turned the ignition on. I'll include a video of it for you so you can see what it was doing. But it was super weird. It was doing some really weird stuff, and so I called Chris, and he sat on the phone with me for like 2 hours one Saturday morning. He just sat there with me on the phone. We were trying to figure out like if maybe something was just like plugged in wrong, or if something wasn't plugged in or what. But so he had me send it back to him. He put a different tune on it, and it runs great now. This thing rides like a dream. It started right up, and it rides really, really nice. It is pretty loud though. This exhaust is pretty ear splitting. And I'm having to yell right now, so hopefully you guys can hear me, but fuck is this thing loud. It does sound really, really good though. I'll give you a couple of revs at the next stoplight, but I'm going to be really interested to get some nighttime videos of this thing, because I bet it spits flames like a motherfucker. Oh, well, hey, we got a tunnel coming up. We'll give it a couple revs there. Oh, that was a big boom. Another boom. Oh my god, dude, that never gets old. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with this too. And like I said, aside from those few little problems, which I'm honestly not even mad about. Like, it was a little bit of a speed bump, but you know, Chris was a super friendly guy. Like I said, he was willing to sit on the phone with me for 2 hours when he probably had a bunch of other shit that he needed to get done. But, you know, the fact that he was willing to help me out that much with it, and he was willing to, you know, make things right and help me out the whole entire time, really shows how good of a business owner he is, you know. The fact that he always wants to make sure that his customers are happy with everything, and that he made everything right, and he was, you know, apologizing about it the whole entire time. When you're messing around with computers on a vehicle, you know, shit can go wrong, but he got it fixed and it runs like a champ. So yeah, I know he's got all sorts of different bikes and stuff that he can do tunes on. He can either do dyno tuning or do a flash tune, which is what I got, where basically I just sent him the ECU. I include a piece of paper that says like what kind of bike I have and all the mods that are done to it, and then he can kind of, you know, adjust the tunes accordingly, or find an existing dyno tune that he has that's the exact same for what, you know, for what I have. But no, he did an awesome job. So I mean, if you guys are kind of, if you put a new exhaust on your bike and you need it tuned, or, you know, overall even a stock bike can really benefit from a flash tune, just removing all the ECUs and everything, or not the ECUs, removing all the restrictions that a lot of bikes have. So like, one of the things is, like, for example, on this bike, a huge restriction on them is the secondary throttle plates. So yes, the throttle does operate a cable-driven throttle system, but there's also a computer-controlled one. So it's like, if I go 100% throttle, they sit there and they go, yeah, and they may not even open to 100%. I don't know if you can hear those pops, but fuck, does it sound good. But guys, I think I'll wrap up the video here. We're getting finally into some nice weather, so there's going to be more motovlogs coming out on this bad bitch. And then the ZX-12, we're still doing some work on that, but it should be ready pretty soon for race season. So make sure to stay tuned. I'll be putting out some racing videos. But as always, thanks for watching the video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.